Welcome back, my friends. I'm so glad to have you here. You'll have to excuse my microphone. I'm having some camera issues and I'm having to record things in different ways, so this is only temporary, so don't worry. Today we're going to be going over something that could be a gimmick. I'm not sure, but I want to check it out and see if it's legit. If it is good to go, I think it could be very much worth the price. But let's get into it and take a look at it. In this package right here, I have something that I'm not convinced is a great purchase. So I want to review it for you. I think the idea behind this is awesome, but we really need to get into it to see if it's something that we should consider purchasing. What's inside of this thing is a small transparent piece of plastic that's supposed to help refract the light of a stoplight so that whenever you're sitting in your car and you can't see the stoplight because of the roof of your car, you don't have to look up under to see, hey, what color is the light? This thing's supposed to show you that. So if you look at this picture right here, this shows you what it's supposed to do. So today we're going to figure out if that's the case. All it was like an envelope and a rolled up piece of paper. So it's pretty interesting so far. I got two different things. One is a letter here that says thank you. And it's kind of a receipt too. They just wrote thank you on top of it. But this thing came in at $21.95 with tax, paid about $23.76, and it had free shipping. It took a little while for it to get here. I think it was at least a week for it to actually arrive. So more slices of paper, not the most professionally put together package. And then here it is. It's an interesting concept. And we're going to test it out to see. But basically, this flat side right here goes up like near the top of your windshield. And through this, it's supposed to refract the light so that you can see the stoplights through this without having to duck down. Couple things to note already. It's called the LightinSight. And there's their website, LightinSight.com, even though I got it on Amazon. And there's their US patent number. For taller people that need this, that's already in the way. And so that's going to bother me seeing that white lettering there every time I go to like look through it or look down or whatever. And then also, as I was driving today, I kind of tried to picture where this would be. And I feel like it might actually block more than I'm able to see. Because I sit up so high in my vehicle, already I'm having to deal with the roof line being just kind of eye level with me. And so I'm already kind of having to look. And so if there's something that's, what is this, like 2 to 3 inches sticking down, it could be even more in the way. It's like a stingray or something. Look at that. It's supposed to be pretty easy to remove and put on a different vehicle. And I got to say, it is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like a real thin piece of plastic, but it's pretty thick. It's got, you probably can't see it, but it's got all these lines, like it's like half circles going all the way across it. I'm guessing that's what it's used to actually show the light. But we're going to try this both in my truck where I don't need to duck down a lot, but then we're also going to try it in my wife's car because on hers, even 2 cars back, I gotta like look under to see like what the color of that light is. So I think my wife's car is going to be the biggest component to this to see if this thing actually works or not. So we're going to do a couple of test runs so you can see for yourself. Let's go. Okay. So let's try this thing out and see if it's actually worth you picking up as well. Like the instructions said, you want to put moisture on the smooth side because the other side is a bit kind of rough, like you can feel it a little bit. And then it says, based on where you're looking at right here, it says to just put the top part, I keep messing this up, you're supposed to put the smooth side that you just put moisture on against the glass. So you put right there where it's not totally in your vision, which is about right there for me. And I gotta say, that's not as intrusive as I was expecting it to be. It's really not taking away as much of my vision, but it is weird because in my upper peripheral, it is kind of distorting like the trees that are in front of me and stuff like that. So let's take it to a stoplight and see if it actually works. Okay, so I finally made it to a red light. For some reason, every light wanted to be green while I was driving here to test it out. Let me show you what it looks like. So from my point of view, I don't know if the lighting is good enough to kind of show you that, but there it is. And I can kind of see the lights in it. So as of right now, sitting up tall, I cannot see the stoplight. But when I look through this thing, I can see the stoplight. It's almost to the edge of it, so I may not have placed it correctly. However, I can actually see the stoplight and it's red, you know? And so as soon as that thing turns green, I'll know it and I'll be able to drive. So I guess technically it does work. However, maybe I just didn't place it correctly. Even moving it up and down on the windshield, I just tried that. It doesn't take the stoplight away from like near the curve. I don't know why that is, or if it's because of what angle I'm looking at. Like if I look at it like way up here, I mean, it stays at the bottom, which I guess is not a big deal. Now it's green. See, I could see that and I didn't have to bend over, so I guess it did its job. Okay, let's try it out with my wife's car and see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, this is a much smaller vehicle than my truck is. It's very cramped in here. It's not the best, but that's why I wanted to try out my wife's car to see, does this thing work better in a smaller vehicle? You know, to be honest, it's actually even, you know, maybe less intrusive with hers. I don't know why. But let's get started and see how it works. Okay, here we are at the next stoplight, actually the same one I was at just a second ago, in my wife's car. And honestly, it works about the same. You still see the lights kind of near the bottom curve of the thing. I don't know, I forget what it's called. So technically it does work, even though it doesn't quite refract the light to where I need it. So, I don't know if you can see that, but to me, I can't see this space right here that you can see on this camera. It's more like that. And you can kind of see that light up there, like the red. Like, there's the actual light way over there. And then, it's not a great representation of it, but hopefully that gives you an idea of how this actually works and if it's gonna be a good fit for you. Okay, so, that was interesting. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a gimmick or, you know, something that sounded better than it actually was, but I was pleasantly surprised. If it was any more than $20, no, I wouldn't recommend it. But for being just a little over 20 bucks, I think it's pretty handy. My initial concerns of the lettering and it kind of feeling like it's in the way, once I actually got it on the vehicle, it wasn't that bad at all. It really wasn't in the way. And what I was talking about right here at the bottom, that's where I saw the light. I don't know if everyone else is going to see the light at the same kind of spot. But for me, it was a little bit at the bottom, but that's not too bad because here's where it cuts off the line of sight for me. So it definitely did its job. It was not in the way like I thought it was. The next question I have about it is, although yes, it feels kind of thick and durable, can it hang with Texas heat? Our summers here are pretty brutal and we are coming up to July right now. And so this thing, I'm hoping does not melt against my windshield, but we shall see. So thanks so much for joining today. I hope this was an interesting product and something that you may not have come across before. And that's my goal. I want to show you things that you've never seen before that are meant for big and tall people. So if you have anything that you would like me to review, leave it in the comments below and I'll check it out and see if it's something that I can make happen. It would really help me grow if you supported the channel by subscribing and clicking the little notification bell so that you know whenever I release new videos. Right now I'm releasing videos every Thursday at 9 a.m. and every Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. I really appreciate that you've taken the time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope this was an interesting video. So thank you so much for joining. I'm Corey from Freaky Tall Reviews. Until next time.